Okay. All right. We back. We're back. We are back. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only move swiftly speaker, former Division I college football player, and current five-time published author and educator. Back for another Wednesday's Intrapreneur tip. We are here every single Wednesday talking to you guys as current staff members, current employees about how you need to develop the intrapreneur mindset. And I've coined the term. This is why I coined the term wintrapreneur, because we want you winning. We want you winning. If you're not familiar with the term intrapreneur, it's basically an entrepreneur while you're basically have the entrepreneurial mindset while you're still working a job, and that something that's paying you every 2 weeks and things like that. And you're working towards really, as I've really been going about being an entrepreneur for as long as I have been myself. It's really about aligning the vision that you have in your own head, aligning that with whatever services or whatever offers, whatever company that's paying you every 2 weeks, working towards aligning that with the vision of the company so you get paid more than what it is your job is paying you. You create revenue streams in which are going to be mutually beneficial to multiple people. All right. So all of that being said, before I get started on today's Wintrapreneur tip, you know where I gotta send you. I gotta send you to makeyourmove.com and go get you an NIL bundle. It includes all three of these books. First book, it includes Make Your Move, a unique look into boxing, dance, and entrepreneurship. I make the bold claim in this book. I talk about how boxing and dance are the best things that you can do if you are a current athlete and you have a number one sport in, say, basketball, basketball, softball, baseball, football, whatever it is. I make the bold claim in this book that boxing and dance is going to be the best activity to get you better for that sport. All right, you're going to get that book. You're going to get my latest book named Transferring D1, a practical guide on how to navigate the chaotic world of college athletics. As you can see now, it's a chaotic world. All right, chaotic where NIL, transfer portal, the whole thing. I've been there, I've done that, I've lived it myself from the perspective of a player, plus from the perspective of a coach, from the perspective of a scout, and now from the perspective of an uncle who's watching his nephew, get into that recruiting world and things like that. Talk about all of that here in Transferring D1. And you'll also get the six-figure athlete, converting your skills to cash. I actually partnered with 10 other authors on this very book, and we talk about if you're the main thing that you got to understand when it comes to when you decide when you go to get your bundle is, as an athlete, if you are an athlete listening to me right now, you are always one injury away from your athletic playing career being over. And you need to be having the skills and the tools to make sure if that day, God forbid, if that day does happen, then you have whatever it is in your mind so you can convert those skills into cash. You get all of that, makeyourmove.com. Just hit the NIL bundle. The link will be posted somewhere wherever you're consuming this. All right, whether it's on my YouTube channel or on the Move Swiftly podcast. So as far as today's Wintrapreneur tip, it literally, as I'm recording, I'm actually recording this on a Saturday, and it just happened because I just left, and it's like the perfect example because one, it's very current, and two, it tells the story about how much you can actually do as an employee of whatever organization you are a part of, what you can actually accomplish if your heart's in it, if you find things that you actually care about, if you utilize those things and you make it so those things are the motivating factors for whatever it is you try to take initiative on. It is so very important. So for those of you who don't know, I do teach at a school out here in West Palm Beach named the Center for Creative Education. And I just left a community event. All right, the first ever. This school has been around for maybe 3 or 4 years, but the after school program has been around for 30 years. And this was the first time I was talking to the CEO of the school, and he was saying that this was the first time that they've ever done a community event like what I just saw. And they had everyone from the marching band, they had vendors, they had people giving free haircuts. You see the fresh line, and I really went there, went to go there and enjoy the event. I wasn't working the event. I just wanted to be there to enjoy it. And I went there, was a part of there, got a little fresh line and all that. And just the community, the West Palm Beach community actually showed up and showed out, and it blew the CEO away. And I got to tell you, his if I'm not mistaken, based on what I heard, I know I wasn't really involved in putting the event together, but his involvement of as the CEO was, if there was any involvement that he had, it was incredibly minimal. There's obviously other things that he has to be doing from a business perspective, but the people that were heavily involved in making the day such a success, such a well-run, or such a, we'll say it like that. The people who were involved in making the day such a success were the folks that were working, the working as an administrator, working as an administrator, or working as the coordinators of the school, and the ones that are doing a lot of the logistical work in the school day to day. They were the ones that were making so that event ran as smoothly as it did and was as successful as it did. And the takeaway, the reason I'm making sure I'm breaking all this down to you and explaining that to you, is because you can do something. In fact, now that I'm thinking about it, it was the person who was emceeing the event was she is a former grant writer for the school who actually left the school maybe 3 or 4 months ago, and she's here. She was at the school being the MC for the event, and then her significant other was the DJ there. She's recognizing and organizing and talking to people and stuff like that. It was cool to understand that, where even though she's no longer with us, she's able to come back, give back, and do things for the school that was going to benefit the community. And one of the main things I want to make sure I explain to you, because they brought her up once the event sort of died down. I had to leave a little early because I had to get to a podcast interview and all that. But the thing that I did catch, and I want to make sure I emphasize this to you as a listener, especially if you're in a situation where you're working a job and you don't know, you got bills, you got families, you got the kids that need to be raised and all that kind of stuff. If you're actually going through it in particular as a single parent, or you may have a partner, but both of you guys are struggling, whatever it is, you need the job, in so many words. I want to make sure I tell you, the person that really got the credit for making things happen, her 2 kids go to the school. Her 2 kids, I won't put her name out there, but her 2 kids go to the school. And I remember one of the things that is very important for you to recognize is, even though there are things that happen in every job or every situation that you may be a part of where you don't agree with how a boss is doing, or you're not going to like every aspect of your job, her why, the fact that her 2 kids go to school, and I remember actually telling her this directly, the fact that her 2 kids go to the school and their father is actually incarcerated, and it made it so she put a lot of effort into seeing this event become a success. And the way I'm translating, the reason I'm bringing this up is because I wanted to make sure it translates to you guys, that whatever it is you need to do whatever it is you need to do to focus on the things that you care about. Focus on the things that are going to be very vital and very important to you, so that you can show up and you can create an event, create something in your workplace environment that's going to make you a whole lot more valuable. Because the fact that she was able to do that makes it so, okay, did it for this school, that means I can do it somewhere else. That means I have the confidence. And more importantly, the most important thing, if you take anything away from today's Wintrapreneur tip, is her kids are able to see that. Her kids are able to see the fact, hey, my mom got this done without the help, quote unquote, of some man that I saw every day, or some father type. And that gives them the confidence. So when you're actually out there developing as an entrepreneur, and you're trying to align your services, align your vision, align your talents, align your abilities with whatever the job is paying you, whatever the job's mission is, make sure you consider that there are going to be people looking up to you. There are going to be people looking at you as the leader. There are going to be people looking at you as the person that can guide them in the right place. And that's ultimately where you're going to see the reward and see the results of that ripple effect of your family and things like that. Yeah, that ripple effect of what you're able to do for the community. All right. So all that being said, main website to check out to dive deeper into all my work, it's makeyourmove.com. It's one-stop shop for your teamwork and your self-development needs. We are here every single Wednesday in more of a condensed. I know normally you guys see me on this channel. I'm running, I'm just finishing a run, I'm sweating and all that. So I made sure I calm it down. I speak to you very gently, speak to you very delicately. And you can see too, I got the tools now, baby. You got a microphone and all that kind of stuff. So we diving deeper into this podcasting world and everything like that. Again, main website, and every Wednesday, so yeah, every Wednesday I give you a Wintrapreneur tip. So expect to see these on this YouTube channel every single Wednesday. Give you the website again one more time. If this is the first time that you're coming into my world, it's makeyourmove.com. That's makeymove.com. One-stop shop for all your teamwork and your self-development needs. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.